This is the Chick Iris USB video capture card, and today I'm going to give you a little review and demonstration of it in use. Now, I bought this because I need to sometimes record for the channel the output of certain devices. One example is the Sony PlayStation 1 that I repaired a few months ago. And what I did for that was I used the output from the PlayStation into here. So I plugged it into here and then put this bit, which has a standard USB on it, plugged that into the desktop computer, which I've got under the desk. I could then use a piece of capture software, in this case it's OBS Studio, and I was able to capture it directly. So rather than taking my phone and pointing it at a screen, having to have a display set up here, I could actually put it onto the picture that you're seeing now, and I will give a demonstration of that later. What does this come with? The unit itself, and it has the composite input marked as CVBS. We've got the left and right audio, and we have the S-Video connector. So a couple of different options there for video and left and right channel for audio. It also comes with a USB extender, so this is useful if you are not able to plug this bit directly into your laptop or desktop. A little user manual, pretty basic, but does explain a few things, and it's in Chinese as well as English. It was around 10 UK pounds as of the time of recording. Now it also comes with this mini CD, and it is, well, it says Windows XP 7, 8 and 10 installation and application software. Now I believe this is for a MP4 player, so it's just a player that can play the stuff that this captures. Honestly, I'm not going to use this. This is just going to go in the bin because I'm going to use OBS Studio for recording, and I'm going to use VLC Media Player for playing the resultant files. I don't need any extra software on it. This should, in theory, just plug into any Windows-based machine from XP upwards, and it shouldn't need any drivers. That's pretty much it in terms of the unit itself. Now, the reason I purchased this was because I used to use these two. Now these were, I can't remember the manufacturer's name of this, but these were two that I used exactly the same style of device with the S-Video. And both of these, within about a month of each other, just totally stopped working. I'm going to use the extension cable, and I shall plug it into the PC. And then what I think I'll do is I might get the PlayStation actually, or I might get something else. I'll see what I can get. I'll see what I have. Okay, so we have the PlayStation here. So there we are. And power. And this is on. Should be ready to go. So this is my UK PlayStation. Now what we have here is this cable goes into the desktop PC underneath. So I just need to get some, well, I actually need to get a PlayStation 1 cable for that. And we have one here. So if we plug this in to the back, there we are. And then we can just match up the colors. As easy as that. Now, I'm going to plug this in and let's see what happens. It's never been plugged in before, so we'll see if it does anything. And just have a look in Device Manager. You'll see that under the camera section is USB 2.0 PC camera. And then if we look in the audio inputs and outputs, and you'll see the microphone. So now I will go ahead and set this up in OBS. Let's have a look. So we have a green light, so that's a good start. Add and video capture. and then video capture device 2. So if I say this is CVBS, I'll know what that means, and I can always rename it later. And if I change this to USB 2 PC camera, and there we have a blue screen. So configure video, that's all good there. Right, so you can see in the corner there we have the input from the device. So I'll leave it just in the top corner there, and let's power on. Right, so I don't have the audio set to echo out to me, so I can't actually tell if that's played the audio or not, but the video is working perfectly. So I'll just stop the recording. I'll check that it's played that okay. So what I've discovered is this device actually needs two sources in OBS. So one for the audio and one for the video, which is unlike the previous one that I had. So as you can see there, the CVBS audio that I've put in, if we reboot the PlayStation now, hopefully you should hear the classic PlayStation 1 boot up sound. Yeah, the manual has some hints and tips about setting it up, but mostly it's to do with the player that comes on the CD. So it does have the specifications and a basic overview, and that's it. But I tend to find with these things that most of the time you can just throw that away. So the first couple of items, fairly standard, USB 2. There doesn't seem to be anything in the configuration for the camera that allows you to change the TV system. So I suspect here it's just saying that it works with everything. Now the resolution's an interesting one. So in OBS it only shows the camera supporting 640 by 480, which, if I'm not mistaken, that's VGA standard. But in the manual it says 720p. Fairly certain that you can't get 720p from a composite video connection or even an S-Video connection. I might be wrong about that, let me know in the comments. And then the dimensions and the cable length. Right, so that is the Chick Iris USB capture card. As I say, it does what it says on the tin, very much plug and play. Not really a great deal more to say about it, other than, yeah, it works. I'm glad it works. And yeah, I'm going to be making very good use of this in the future. Okay, we'll leave it there for today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you wish to, and thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.